Gather round, young adventurers, and get cozy, for a legendary tale from the heart of England is about to unfold. In the rolling green hills and mystical forests of medieval England, a hero's journey is about to begin. Steeped in the rich folklore of the Robin Hood collection, our story follows a beloved character full of bravery and heart. Let's begin our journey with Little John, a tale of friendship, courage, and the unbreakable bonds of loyalty.
Little John. In the previous episode, we heard that Robin Hood meets a giant of a man and he challenges him to a contest. In the course of this contest, Robin falls into a stream. When his men come to know that the giant is responsible for this, they are upset. The story continues. "If he pushed you in, we will push him in too," cried Will Stuteley, and they all prepared to rush to the bridge and confront the stranger. But Robin loudly called them to stop. "Wait! Do not touch the stranger. It was a part of our contest, and he won it fairly by pushing me off the bridge. Let us instead ask him to join us. A person with his strength would be an excellent addition to our group." Then, turning to the stranger, Robin said, "Come join us, my man, and be one of our band." "But first, who are you?" asked the giant, "for I have decided to join the band of one man, and for him alone do I search." "I am Robin Hood," replied the archer, whom he had pushed off the bridge. "Robin Hood?" cried the giant. "It is for you that I search. I was on my way to Sherwood Forest to introduce myself and ask to join your wonderful team." "Oh, you are welcome," said Robin warmly, "for it is not every day that we come across a tall and strong person like you who will be an asset to our team. What is your name?" "My name is Little John," replied the giant, and then giving Robin his fealty said, "And I hereby promise to serve you well and always remain faithful to you." When Will Stuteley heard the name, he began to laugh. "We have to change his name, for he has now joined our group and has to be rechristened," he said. "What shall we call him?" asked Much. "Well," said Will with a smile on his face, "seeing that he is so very tiny, he can no longer be called John Little. We shall call him Little John." Everyone laughed when they heard the name Little John for the giant, but he did not seem to mind and agreed to be called by the new name. "It is now time for a jolly feast," declared Will. "It is not every day that we get such an amazing recruit to join our band." They went back to their home in the forest, and soon there was a roaring fire. They gathered around it and had a delicious meal. Then they played the harp and danced and sang and had a wonderful evening filled with laughter and good company. A few days later, Robin and Little John set out to hunt in the forest. They came upon a large herd of deer in an open grassy space in the forest. They saw a large male deer grazing a bit apart from the rest of the herd. "That is the stag we want," said Robin, pointing to it. "I know a way to get him," said John. "The wind is blowing this way, so I will walk around till the wind blows my scent towards the stag. It will alert him, and it will run in the opposite direction from me, but come towards you. Then you can get a clear shot." Robin agreed, and John was about to walk away when he suddenly stopped and pointed, but did not say anything. Robin looked in the direction and was surprised to see a young man step out into the area. He was wearing a bright red dress. He carried a long bow and arrows, and a broad sword hung by his side. He was also looking at the stag, who had now raised its head, and at the sight of the man dressed in scarlet was stamping its feet angrily. "Who can this person be?" mused Robin. "I don't know him. "He does not seem to be from this forest," replied John. "It is obvious that he is not," laughed Robin, "for his clothes shine like fire in the forest. It is better to be dressed in green when you want to hide in the forest, as it will be a perfect camouflage. This is just some silly person from town who has come to take a walk in the forest." Just as they finished this conversation, they saw the stranger do something which amazed them. He had quickly strung his bow, drawn an arrow from his quiver, and laid it on the string. The stag, sensing danger, sounded an alarm, and all the deer began to swiftly flee. Some of the deer surrounded the stag as if to protect him, and it looked as if it was impossible to get a shot at the stag. But for an instant, as the deer were running, the stag came out of the group as if to lead, and it was exposed. That moment was enough for the stranger, who let his arrow fly. It struck the stag, and it fell to the ground, lifeless. "An excellent shot," murmured Robin. "He is an expert marksman for sure. John, stay here while I go and speak to him." John nodded and stayed hidden in the trees when Robin went and approached the man in scarlet, who now stood next to the fallen stag. "An excellent shot," complimented Robin as he reached him. "You let loose your arrow in the nick of time." The man just nodded at him coolly, but did not answer. "I admire a splendid shooter," continued Robin. "Will you join my band and be one of my men?" "Who are you?" asked the young man scornfully. "And why should I be your follower? You look like a forester to me." "Oh, yes, I am," replied Robin with a smile. "And you protect the king's deer?" the man in scarlet inquired. "Yes, the King of Sherwood," laughed Robin. "Oh, be gone and leave me alone," scoffed the stranger. "I don't care for the King of England or for the King of Sherwood." Robin was shocked by his words, and he decided to test him further. "And what if I do not go away?" asked Robin. "Then be prepared to take a beating from me," exclaimed the man in scarlet. Surprised by the man's cool attitude, Robin decided to do something drastic to check how he would react. Join us in the next episode to find out what it was.
As we conclude the tale of Little John, remember that bravery and loyalty can lead to incredible friendships and adventures. Download the Story Waves app from Apple or Android app stores to explore more stories from the Robin Hood collection and cultures around the world. A Story Waves subscription costs less than $1 a month, making it one of the most affordable ways to bring quality stories to your family. All new stories are available on the Story Waves app, where you'll find the most exciting content, including exclusive tales you won't find anywhere else. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Story Waves on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify for updates on upcoming content. Thank you warmly for watching.